The good thing in Illuvium as a content creator is that I am getting pushed out of my comfort zone many times. So if it was just me, I would have kept playing 7 Earth Mud every day, all day, because I love the composition. I've played it so much that I got a lot of experience on it. And now every game I play, it feels like it just happens naturally, right? So this is the first tip I want to give you all in this guide today, which is find a composition that is strong, that you like to play, and then play it over and over and over again. The more you play it, you better gonna be at it. The thing is, recently we had a lot of balance changes all the time, so usually compositions change, but the underlying core compositions kind of stay the same. So I'm talking about your fighters, like your fighter bulwarks with maybe Templar and Bloom and Frost and all of that stuff. Or for example, 7 Earth Mud or Full Fire, which is not very viable right now, but maybe it comes back in the future. So anyway, pick a good composition and practice it because you're gonna get so much better in it. Last time when we had our last guide where we watched some recording of me playing, we were watching the lose streak, 7 Earth, 4 Mud, and so on. So what I wanted to show you this time is actually how to get on a win streak. And that's what we're gonna do here. So we actually won the first round. Oh no, we are now in the first round. PvE rounds are over. We got a Lynx in, which is your best early game unit. Lynx, by far, the best early game unit. I don't think I've ever seen someone go on a win streak without a stage 1 Lynx. This guy with some good, maybe defensive, but mostly offensive augments, like fighter augments, like double red offensive augments, it's going to be so strong. I don't know if I show actually the damage right here, but the stage 1 Lynx is doing true damage, going through resistances, and as long as it's not getting focused, it's going to annihilate the whole enemy team. But if it's getting focused, it's usually very squishy. So we're actually lost one round here. So the first round we actually lost. Usually what I like to do is go to level 4 in the second round, no matter what happened, because it takes 4 gold, and otherwise you're kind of stuck on high chances of finding tier 0 units, and usually you want to find those tier 1, tier 2s, tier 3s. So usually I like to go to level 4 even when I'm lose streaking. Obviously if you're really hard lose streaking, you want to lose, you don't want to level up ever, and you want to get the maximum income. But in most games where I'm like win streaking, half lose streaking, just want to preserve some HP and keep my options open, I usually go level 4 in the second PvP round versus a player. So now we won right here versus Atlas Adam, which I think will set off our win streak. So this happens many times to me. I don't level up in the first round because you would have to spend 8 gold. It's very insufficient and really not good for your economy. But then I do it in the second round, and sometimes there my win streak starts. So combat rhythm, very good with fighters, with rogues, and anything that deals a lot of damage and then gets a lot of kills and gets then a lot of omnivamp and attack damage. I did end up playing Templar right here, which is an interesting choice, right? No, I didn't. That's my enemy. I went for the stacking omnivamp plus stacking attack damage with kills. Now I got my stage 2 Lynx, which is a fighter, which is arguably one of the best, if not the best, stage 2 Lynx at the moment. I think every time there is a stage 2 Lynx, all the guys in the win streak with the maximum HP, they're playing the Lynx. Most of the time, even 2 Lynxes. Like this guy carries you into the late game. If you get a stage 3, which is usually very unlikely because everybody's going for those Lynxes, but if you get a stage 3 in the late game, he usually can stay in your final composition, but because he's pretty strong. I don't think he really outperforms like something like a Forest, but he's definitely right up there. Besides that, I'm playing 2 empaths, which gives everybody some shields and is a really good secondary tank. My 2 empaths. Oh, actually, this is an empath. Pardon me. So, nevertheless, my rant about fighter Lynxes is definitely right. Usually, I don't go into an empath Lynx because empath Lynx is very situational. But we're gonna see right here that I actually get a lot of value out of him. So I actually have my Lynx in here, and what many people do is having their offensive augments, like my damage augments right here, on the empath Lynx still, because he has a decent amount of attack speed, he will stay alive, and I'd rather have it on him than on my 2 Scion units. So this is also something new that I did here. I actually went with 2 Scion guys just to boost a little bit my overall damage, and not really, you know, they're not really my carries, but they just have a supportive role in giving everybody Omega power, providing a little bit of extra damage, right? And just, yeah, making sure we have a little bit of burst damage to go with that sustain that my other units have already. So now I went from 2 empaths and 1 bulwark into 1 empath and 3 bulwarks. Just, you know, playing around a little bit with my synergies, and it seems to be working really well. You always want to consider your enemy and therefore change your synergies. So yeah, usually I'm going for fighters, maybe some rogues, not so much Scions with bulwarks and empaths, but this has been very strong and I've seen so much success with it of people, so I opt in to use it myself. And definitely you want to have like 1 bulwark is usually not enough. You want to either have like 4 empaths, 1 bulwark, kind of works to be tanky enough, or like 3 bulwarks, 2 empaths, that kind of thing. Right now you can see my, well, we'll see in a second how that Lynx actually performs. We're gonna fast forward just a tiny bit. I found this tier 4 bulwark weapon for my ranger, which I like a lot. And then we sell everything else because I'm gonna be sticking with this for a while. I like to keep my weapon and armor bench on the left side very clean. Here comes another offensive augment. I'm going for the Prey, which is a very solid one. It provides you, like, it's not very situational. This will give you a good value every time you use it, I think. Our enemy suicided his Lynx, which kind of gives us the win already. We can see our ranger here on the outside doing a great job tanking behind it, the bulwark. And then we have our Lynx right here, kind of in proximity to get a little bit of damage, tank a little bit, but also heal everybody. And giving everybody enough time to actually barely get through our enemies and barely killing that foe, which now allows us to have a little bit more on the board and finish off our enemies. So we're gonna fast forward here, another win in the pocket. So now we are on 4 wins, and now it's very important to keep that momentum going. I only have 30 gold, so I don't have a lot of economy, so I need to keep the win streak going, otherwise I will have lost a lot. Like if I win my next round, and I, like for example, I invest like 9 gold here, go down to 20 gold, and I still lose the round. Now I'm stuck with no win streak, no lose streak, and 20 gold, where everybody has 50 gold, which feels really bad. So you want to make sure once you commit to that win streak path, beyond a certain point and your economy had suffered from it, you want to keep pushing for it. So now a little bit of a reposition. I want to make sure my Lynx is in the middle of everybody, healing everyone, and it shouldn't get too much damage. It can tank like maybe 1 unit, but since it also has some of my defensive augments, offensive augments I mean, you don't want it to die first. So it's sitting here nice and comfortably in the middle. It's healing really well. My ranger right here with the tier 4 weapon, you can see it, 2,300 damage. So oftentimes you don't need those Scion guys to provide the max damage. Sometimes it's a ranger. This bulwark tier 4 water mace is one of the strongest, I believe. But there's many strong weapons. But none of them is really that strong on stage 1, I feel like. So now, as I always do, I play around the idea of actually going into Earth. I'm still level 5, so it's still a possibility. Once you push for level 6, Earth is kind of out of the picture. You're going to have such a harder time finding all those tier 1 units. So now I redid the augment, actually bringing both offensive augments on the Lynx, because you want to stack those augments, right? Multiple offensive augments are going to enhance each other, same like with defensive augments. Here I'm going to stack my bulwarks, so... Well, actually, I opened up a gap in the last second because he moved his Lynxes over, his rogues over there. But I made a corner position just to protect myself against those rogues. This rogue has Colossus, which is not a problem yet, so this guy is playing with 1 legendary augment less. But he's going to be a threat in the late game. So definitely have to look out for it later on. But for now, easy kill. Fast forward, 6 wins now. And let's see how we're gonna transition, because this guide right here is also a lot about how to transition from one composition in the other, right? Because so far I've been playing what I got. I don't think I've re-rolled at all, and I just have picked whatever the shop gave me and made a good composition out of it. Sometimes I stay on the small Lynx, but I decided to go into the empath Lynx and just, you know, it's a little bit more consistent. The small links is very strong, but if you make a mistake or if something goes wrong and it gets focused, it's instantly dead and you lost the round. So it's not very reliable to go on a long win streak, I believe. And yeah, we found those bulwarks, made 3 bulwarks happen. Now we leveled up to level 6, got a Quinks in, so giving us again a little bit more power on the board to keep pushing. And we have been pretty strong. This is an easy win again, and we can again fast forward. So it's not going to be in 1 hour long coaching video like last time. We're going to see what happens. So Templar, pretty good. I feel like, all right, I have 1 Ray like here, but it locks you into like playing Ray and Fernite, which haven't been as strong as they used to be. Like, it's not like, oh, I got Templar, this is gonna give me so much, right? Mystic, on the other hand, very easy to get, right? You get easy the stage 2 Apon, you easily get the weapon on the Ranger, but it also locks you into using that weapon, that Ranger weapon. And now something that I rarely play, I ended up choosing actually. So I didn't go for Mystic, which would usually be my go-to move, because I didn't want to play that. I didn't have any Apons and any Ranger weapons yet, so it would still take some time to activate it. And right now I want to have the most value on the board as I can, so to keep my win streak going. Which doesn't happen with those 2. I could have re-rolled here 1 more time, but I had a feeling that since I'm level 6 and I picked this one, which has been buffed, right? It gives you 60% attack speed and 60 Omega power. So my feeling here was, hey, I'm just gonna pick this one to buff a tier 5 unit. Now I'm gonna roll for a tier 5 unit. It should happen within a few rolls. I will get, I don't know, a foe, a squiz, or whatever it's gonna be. And then this tier 5 unit is gonna carry me into the late game, keep my win streak up. So that's the thought process why I went for this one. Again, I usually never do this, because usually it takes so long to actually activate it. And look here, I found an Ador as a tier 5 unit without even re-rolling, which I like, because now I can stay on 50 gold. And the Ador has a lot of attack speed and Omega power now, which you would think, oh, that's not a foe, that's not a squiz. Like, how much is he really gonna carry you? We're about to find out in a second, because I will do something very crazy that I've never done before, and that I think did so much good and brought me so much value, brought so much value onto the board for me right here. So it's gonna be a crazy drone augment and augment composition. I know you cannot really recreate exactly what I did here, but I hope you can learn from this to just adapt on the flight and play what the game gives you if you're going for a win streak especially. So pick up your augment components, then we combine 2 energy augments to a caster augment. Now we have the choice. Stacking Omega power, always really good, especially because our fights last very long. Then we have also on attack grant bonus energy, which I instantly pick. The last one is really not that good. Then we also have another one, which we go for bulwark, which enables us to easily get 5 bulwarks right now. So my thought process right here is, hey, my Ador got 60% extra attack speed. This thing gives me extra energy on every attack, so it's directly buffed by my drone augment. And this one, every attack, I do 3% of enemy max health, or something like this, right? So both of these augments are actually improved by attack speed. Plus my Ador got a 60% attack speed increase. So there you have it, it's a perfect storm. Then we just put the other attack damage augment on him, because why not? And now we have a high attack speed, high casting Ador with also 60 Omega power, which is gonna heal like crazy, and it's just gonna be a machine. Look at that. Dunk, dunk, dunk. And already a heal. And tank, 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 tank. It takes like, I don't know, less than 10 seconds for him to heal. And he's already hyperactive. Look at the damage, guys. Like, this is insane. Like, I've never seen this before, I've never played this before, but the game just gave it to me, and it worked out so great, right? And I really like that they buffed these drone augments by double, because now we have even more ways to play the game. You don't always have to pick the emblems and go for triple Templar, triple Mystic, try to get 4 Mystic. This is usually a very good win condition. For example, 4 Mystic, or 4 Frost, or 3-4 Invoker, right? Those are kind of your win conditions. But right now, I'm not playing around a win condition. I'm playing around my strongest board that I can get, so that I can keep my win streak up. And right now, I actually managed to keep my win streak up and get to 70 gold maximum income, which is the perfect storm. And the longer you can keep in this exact spot, the higher your chances of winning become. Because all of these golds can either be used to level up, but you shouldn't go beyond level 8 if you have not found any stage 3 units yet. That's kind of my new rule of thumb. Don't be too greedy with the levels. Until level 8, sure, push as hard as you can for levels with that extra gold. But usually at level 7 or sometimes at level 8 at least, start rolling for your win conditions, which are going to be your stage 3 units. And which are going to be your high tier stage 3 units, because at level 8 I won't roll for Tatsuki anymore, right? I have like a, I don't know, 15-20% chance to get it. So figure out your win conditions, which can be an Umber plus Dualef. We have seen a lot of that. Umber, Steam, plus Dualef, Steam. Hell of a composition. Umber just one-shotting everything. I think I talked about it in my last video. Invoker is another win condition. The Behemoths. Also the Frost and the Slash-in, especially Slash-in, has been somewhat of a win condition for me as well. And yeah, we'll see which win condition I find here. Right now, we're not looking into that yet, but it's gonna come up sooner or later. 15 gold per round, per win. So we have 15 golds to play around with. I actually went down to 60. You know, want to keep my win streak up. Get to level 7. Bring in another unit. I think I got 4 bulwarks now. Yep, 4 bulwarks, 2 decent Scion units, and 2 decent empaths right here. So we can see the damage last round. TNT actually performing really well, but also Outdoor still performing really well. Highest damage dealer, plus there's probably 2,000-3,000 of health healed. So we cannot forget about that. We push the enemy ramp fee to the outside, so it's not going to be a threat. And at this point, we already won, right? We have decent amount of damage back here with those 4 guys. And they're getting so much healed with our buffed Ador, with the 60 Omega power, giving him really big heals as well, plus healing more frequently with all these buffs. And so yeah, look at that. I think we lost 1 unit or something. So we're definitely dominating, and at this point, we're chilling, right? So yeah, we pushed down to 60 gold, which is definitely still a sweet spot. Don't be too strict with your 70 gold. Don't try to stay above 70 at all costs. Definitely can go down to 60, 50, 40 if the game needs you to do it. We played a very basic composition. I think I would have still won without this stage 3. So basically I won with just stage 2 units, just because we had really good augments that supported our core units. This one supported all our bulwarks. And yeah, and this one stacking Omnivamp and attack damage is not even that good in this scenario, I think, because we were mostly playing around Scion damage dealers, but still. We had just a really solid composition. We were able to get a lot of gold out of it and just have a really, really solid good game. That's why I wanted to show you, because I think this is a really prime example of how to pull out a win streak. I hope you liked this video. If you did, obviously apply my referral code. You see it down there in the bottom. Pass in your Illuvium account profile settings. Peace out, everybody.